Hello there everybody, welcome to my review for Foundry, which has been recently released on Steam via Paradox. So this video will give you a quick overview about what you can expect from this game, what I personally think is pretty good about it, what's pretty bad about it, and obviously my personal verdict about the entire game. So first of all, what do we have in front of us here? It is a very classic factory automation game, but at the same time it has a love affair with Minecraft. So it has been pretty often compared with Minecraft and Factorial, and that is rightfully so. So its main difference between Satisfactory, which is pretty much its closest competitor style-wise, is that this game is way more sandbox oriented. While Satisfactory has a static world, a predefined world, this game has random worlds with seed generation, and therefore, well, there's a lot more randomization there. Like I said, everything consists out of blocks, Minecraft style, and therefore we have a lot of freedom how we can build. As a matter of fact, you can build however you want, wherever you want, and the game really shines in that regard, as it gives you a lot of opportunity, a lot of freedom to build. As you can see, I can't even build my conveyor belts here alongside of these optical things, and everything is destroyable, and of course it's also multiplayer, which is, given the fact that it is currently a early access thing, a pretty big thing. Now, as usual, I want to talk about the bad things first, because I'm always happy when I'm done with these. So, first of all, well, so far we don't see much innovation from this game. The tech tree reminds me oddly to that of Factorio. The elements that we got here are also already things that are present in every Factory game that I've played so far. And while the sandbox nature of the world and everything is very cool, well, there is surely nothing I haven't seen in any other game already before, which is kind of like sad, but given the fact that the game is still early access, I don't want to stress this factor too much. But yeah, the similarity to existing titles is definitely something that I need to criticize about the game. The controls are relatively clunky. Building is sometimes sort of a hassle. To give you an example, it is pretty cool that we can build conveyor belts here like this together, but at night, for example, this blue mesh grid really obstructs my vision really hard. The construction elements can be sometimes really difficult. I cannot unselect anything on my cursor. I need to switch it away, otherwise I have some monstrosity like this on my cursor. There's a lot of little things, but here again, I give the game the benefit of a doubt due to the fact that it is still very early access. And, well, last but not least, that tech tree is so Factorio. I really don't know if that's really something I like to see, because seriously, I browsed through the technologies and I felt a little bit too reminded of things that I already know. That all being said, let's get on over to the good parts, because as a matter of fact, these are really there and I like them. So first of all, the 3D part of the game feels amazing. The fact that it uses the Minecraft logic of everything is destroyable and everything is, like you see, harvestable, mineable. There is a lot of freedom how you can set up your factory, and the thing that bothered me always the most with Satisfactory was the fact that the game world was A, quite static, and B, always the same. So these two things, that's what Foundry totally kills, and well, I really do like it. Also, the game is pretty easy to access for a factory game. Don't get me wrong, but many factory games suffer from a bit of a complicated approach to things and complicated controls or bad tutorials. You know, there's a lot of things that make factory games often a little bit hard to access. This one does not have these issues. That's something I really enjoyed, and while I am silently cursing upon the controls at times, they came very intuitively, and I didn't have too much trouble finding my way around, which is really good. Also, what I really love are the randomized worlds and the sandbox vibes I get out of this, because, you know, you can really build whatever you want. You can also re-roll the world until you have one that is giving you a start that you like, and all those things. I don't know. I really like how that feels, and altogether, this gives me a pretty nice feeling. It is a very solid foundation of a game, but to get now into the summary, I want to start out with that. Boy, this feels early access. When we go into the tech tree, there is not even any final goal down the road. There are just cool technologies. We have fluid handling, we have gas handling and all those things included, but there is not really any goal. So that is something that really bothered me. But on the other hand, the game has a lot of things in store. You can build high, wide, huge. You can pretty much automate everything, and in itself it is a completed factory game without any deeper purpose. So if my personal verdict about Foundry is that it is an excellent game. It just could use a little bit more personality. You know, Dyson Sphere Program sets itself apart by building a Dyson Sphere, and Satisfactory sets itself apart with its quirky humor and those interesting goals that you have to fulfill, and interesting milestones pop up and keep you motivated. Whereas here, well, I don't know the identity of Foundry yet, because it doesn't have too much. It doesn't tell me anything to do, which is pretty cool, because that means I can build my factory however I want to, but sometimes directions are also something I really like, so that would be something I really hope that gets implemented into the early access as soon as possible, because I'd see that as the most glaring deficiency. You have a wonderful array of tools to build fascinating factories, but I don't know why I should do so, and that bothers me a lot, because I like to be motivated by games like these. Heck, even if it is just the game telling me, build a rocket. Well, the monkey in me hears rocket, and then he's only satisfied when he's starting a rocket. So that is something I really hope that this game does at one point. But until then, I gotta say, if you dig automation and you just like to make numbers go up for the sake of numbers go up, seriously, this game has already a lot in store for you. But I personally, well, I like more goals and things, and if you're like me, that might bother you as well. That being said, Foundry works well. It's smooth, it's a wonderful 3D game, and in a nutshell, I like it more than Satisfactory. Than I will ever like Satisfactory, due to the non-static world, the sandboxy feeling, and due to the fact that this really feels like a 3D version of Factorio for the very first time. So, I hope that was helpful for you. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Foundry. Well, I don't know how to call it. It feels really like a mixture between Minecraft and Factorio, and it's really cool. So leave me a thumbs up, consider subscribing, check out the description box, and thanks for watching. As usual, I hope you had a great time, and see you soon.